Alrighty, hello everyone. It's Allison from Determined to Shine, where we use the magic formula of you know it, creativity, spiritual connection, and community to bring forth joy in our lives, and we spend a lot of time playing with cards. So I have a super beautiful unboxing for you today. This was a surprise gift for me in the mail from Liminal 11, one of my favorite deck publishers. Take a look at this. It is gorgeous. This is, of course, the limited edition of the new chapter tarot, and it is beyond beautiful. I started to open it, and when I took it out of the shipping box, it looked just like this. And then I opened it and saw this and knew I had to go straight to the screen to share with you because this looks so beautiful and I will never be able to tie it this beautifully again. So I wanted you to see it just as it comes out of the box. The idea here is that inside this beautiful keepsake suitcase box that is very good quality, you have a theater in the stars. And so you even have this like cut stage, look at this, where you can display a card right there in your sacred space. So beautiful. I almost don't want to open it, but I'm going to because there is a lot of really exciting things inside. So here we go. Ha ha. Every Liminal 11 release is like top quality. Look at that. Even on the other side, we have this gorgeous image. You could use this as, like a piece of art, but even as like a card reading mat on either side, right? So you have some extra cardboard that was just to keep everything safe. Then we have, this is I believe, a spread booklet, kind of some extra instruction pieces. We'll look at that. We've got a cloth. We've got like a book plate here. We've got some prints. Holy cow, there is some neat stuff in here. And then of course we have the deck, which we will look at shortly. So this is the box, and I think you could use it. Once again, I showed recently on my channel the Louise Hay box where you could keep like little treasures inside if you wanted to use this differently than to hold this specific set, which you can of course still do. But I'm going to set aside this amazing, like, I can't with Liminal 11. Every single time I think they've made the most beautiful thing that one could possibly make, they like up the ante on their own stuff, okay? So let's take a peek at all of this neat stuff. So we have to the adventurer and an address, like a little envelope here that looks like mail. Oh my gosh. We have the new chapter tarot passport. And this is where the limited edition is signed by the creator. So you can see that. That's awesome. Mine is not numbered because it is a promotional copy, but yours would be numbered here if you got this. I'll have the link below, of course, of course. Oh man, I'm getting all the feels here. All right, this is a letter from the deck creator. It says, "Hello, my dear. The weather has been fair and perpetually hot. The sunset's lingering and the cicadas roaring. Everything I missed about this place. My tiny house is hidden in black-eyed Susans, but you can't miss the pride flag. You'll no doubt hear us cackling on the front porch before you see any of it. It wasn't always easy feeling at home, and it still comes in briefest flashes, like dragonflies zooming on still August air. But even these are becoming more regular, more expected. I'll have a flock of joy before I know it. The moon will be full by the time you've arrived. I've checked. Please bring your wishes. There'll be jam and coffee, and the cat I know is eager to see you. Safe travels, Kathryn." Okay, this almost made me cry. Just because like feeling at home in our space, but in our bodies, right, is such a difficult thing sometimes. And like if that is just a hint of what is to be found with working with this deck, which is a big part of my tarot practice in general, like what magic lies therein, right? And now there's just a little bit of some text here. It says, the journey, a meditation in paint. It is time to leave what was known for what could be. The way is difficult, fraught with anguish and obstacles, but you are not alone. The Queen of Swords gives the keenest advice. The Six of Discs helps you feel rooted and home. Strength has also journeyed to this strange place where you grew up together. The King of Cups knows you and loves you for knowing you. A completed deck, a new life, a circle of hope and friendship and love. Blessed be and thank thee. I'm so emotional. Wow. That's really powerful. I'm going to go on a limb and say this is my favorite limited edition issue from Liminal 11 ever, and all I have done is open the box in this envelope. Okay. Sorry, I need a moment. Okay, we have some sticker sheets. Always love sticker sheets. Great for journaling with just some, key images from the deck. We have 4 prints, which I believe are the aces of the 4 suits, okay, which is going to make sense. Very, very pretty. Oh, wow. Those are very, very powerful. All right. We have our book plate, which I showed before. I love book plates. When I was a kid, I was obsessed with these, and I wanted them in every book that I owned. And some of my favorite books from childhood still have that, like, this belongs to Allison Bright inside, and I love it. All right, we have a tarot cloth. Okay, this is beautiful. It's going to be hard to get it to fill the whole screen. I'm not sure. I guess I'm going to put the dragonfly side up. So we have some serpents. We've got a raven and a hare and a dragonfly. And this is really beautiful. It's also really different than any cloth I own. So I'm pretty excited about that. And it's pretty nice quality. Like you can see it's not really thin. It will hold up to some solid readings. I might put this one in. I've been working on like a spirituality to go kit that I take with me when I travel, and I might put this in there. And I'll have a video of that whole kit for you sometime soon. Okay, that was the box piece. And then this is a tarot pathworking, the hero's journey. Just kind of an extra bit, right? Okay, so we have the call to, we have the call to adventure with the Princess of Wands. We have first threshold with the High Priestess. Road of Trials with the Five of Swords. So this is awesome. These are like very deep spreads to use with specific cards. Apotheosis with the Universe. Holy cow, look at this business. I feel like we're using the whole deck there. Okay. And then, second threshold with Seven of Cups. The Return Home with the Queen of Discs. And the Hero's Journey with Judgment. This back says, the hero's journey is the path each hero must take as they set out on adventure, suffer trials, find their power, and reluctantly turn home. So it gives a little bit more here. This is beautiful. So it says, no matter where you are on your journey, these spreads will help you better understand your path and yourself. Also, write this down. Every single card, every single reading. This tarot pathworking is a grand tapestry with threads running between spreads to tie everything together multidimensionally. Keep a journal so you can keep up. I cannot stress enough the importance of journaling your card readings, because I am super guilty of not doing it and then I forget. And when I take time to journal my card readings, they're so much deeper and so much more powerful. All right, let's have a zoom in and take a look at the actual deck. All right, we are looking at the New Chapter Tarot by Kathryn Briggs. Look at this box. Shiny, solid. You know, Liminal 11, I've said this before, makes the best boxes in the industry. They have these really fun magnetic openings. So we've got that here. Slide this out. Look at that. Beautiful. It's the inside of the box. And then we have, of course, the deck and book inside. So we'll pull out the cards, which we'll look at in a minute. And the book. There's always this little piece of cardboard in here. I like to remove it. It's just kind of keeps it all safe when it's traveling. Which you can still use it if you want to, but I just like to be able to see this. Sorry, we're so zoomed in, I'm like going off camera here. So here is our little guidebook. Once again, I am in awe. So I always encourage people to read this stuff when you get a new deck. It's really easy to skip it, but even just reading through the introductory material gives you a look into where the creator was coming from. And you saw from that letter, like how emotional I got from Kathryn's vision of home and this deck and where she wants people to be able to get to, like using the tarot as a travel guide, right, for your soul. And so it's just really great. So you have the card drawings with meanings here for the majors. And then when you get, let's flip to the minors. Looks like we have, you know, an introduction for each suit. And then some basic card meanings throughout. And then we'll get to the back. And then it does explain there are some exclusive cards, gratitude and invocation. And then just a little bit of spreads. These are really unique. Hecate at the crossroads, balanced life, crossing the threshold. Yeah, there's just a lot in these little books. And this plus this equals soul transformation. Like I can feel that in my bones, right? Okay, let us look at the cards. Oh my goodness. Here is the card back. You've got a swan and an owl kind of holding hands. Beautiful Liminal 11 cardstock. They are a little more matte than usual. So they are gilded, so you can see, like, I'm trying to bend the deck. It's not going to want to go because it's just going to be stuck together a little bit on that first run, as many gilded decks are, but as I pull them apart, they'll go. But I like how these feel against each other. And with the way I tend to shuffle like this, as you guys have watched me before, I think this is going to be a great deck for me. So I just want to make sure I'm working from, here we go. From the top, right? We'll take it from the top. All right, the Fool. This is beautiful. Very different kind of imagery than we're used to seeing. I love the hair. You do see all four suits here. I just want to check quickly. I'm not sure if this deck is inspired by the Rider-Waite, or I think it might be having like some Thoth influences, or Thoth. I never know how to say that, but I'm not sure. I think it has a little bit of both from what I remember reading, but I can't promise that. So I will have to do some research and get back to you. But take a look. So pretty. Okay. Magician. Really beautiful. This is the High Priestess. There's that card from the box cover. Really, really great. Loving the diversity in gender and appearance already, and ethnicities. That's great. Here is our Empress. She reminds me of, I don't know why, the actress Jane Lynch just popped in my head, which is not at all someone I would think of with the Empress as an actress, but there's something in her expression. But I really like that. Here's the Emperor. The Emperor is one of my birth cards, and so as an Aries, and so I always am curious to see. I really like an empowered emperor. I like that this is an old guy. Like we often lately in modern tarot decks just see young people, so it's kind of nice to see a mix. The teacher instead of the Hierophant, loving that language switch. Here is the Lovers. This is really different. Okay, we've got a hand fasting in the middle, and then we've got 4 seasons and 4 elements coming together. That is a really neat depiction of the Lovers, because I feel like there's this like unity happening in this card that could be present for anyone, right? Here is our Chariot. Oh, there's a lot going on here. Yeah, the symbolism of this deck I'm gonna need to spend some time with. You know, I feel like I like that there's this pathworking guide, because I feel like every single card could merit a deep dive. Here is the Justice card. Justice is, of course, one of my cards of the year. This also looks like we are going to have Justice and Strength kind of switched, which does imply to me that I think this might be a Thoth inspired deck. Justice. Scales. Love it. All right, here is the Hermit. Wheel of Fortune. Oof, that's, some of this is, there's just a lot here. When I say that, like the shapes and the card and the symbols, again, there's a lot to work with. All right, here is our Strength card. Again, it's in the position we often see Justice, but we know those 2 cards are often flipped. Here's our Hanged Man. And Death at number 13. Oh, I am here for this Death card. Wow. This is really powerful to me. This might be one of my favorite Death cards I've ever seen, actually. Something about the figure on this card just feels very like sacred and holy to me. And kind of the sacred geometry in the background with the light. Like death is so hard for the living, right? It's so hard when we lose people. I often say grief is the hardest thing we have to do as humans. But the process of releasing and going back into the spirit world, and of course, often the Death card is more of an ending, a dramatic and final ending, but not necessarily a physical death. But that gives me all the feels. Here is Temperance. I'm really enjoying that. I love the kind of 2 faces split in different directions. Very intense Devil. The Devil himself is bound, which is interesting. I will admit, at first glance, I thought the Devil was flipping me off, but isn't. But wow, really powerful. These are all like, feels. All right, here's our Tower. There's a lot going on here. I'm curious if, I thought maybe the negative space was going to be something else upside down. There's a lot of like hidden stuff in these flames. It's kind of across there, and we've got I'm just kind of speechless on some of these. Forgive me. Okay, I'm gonna try to go a little bit faster. We're gonna be here all day, which is common for me, but I'll do my best. Beautiful star. Here we've got the Moon. I am digging this. Really like this vibe of everything happening here. The Sun. Judgment. And the Universe is the kind of final major card here. All right, now we've got the Ace of Wands, which we did see earlier in our art prints. 2, 3, 4. This is interesting, right? Because it's often kind of a celebration, and here we just have kind of the setup of the celebration, but we don't see the characters there, right? 5, the 6, 7, 8. Oh, I love this. You guys know I like an 8 of wands to not just be wands. I like seeing a figure. Really love that, pulling back and letting them fly. Here's our 9. And a very intense 10 of wands. Okay, and then we have our princess. Knight. Oh, look at this queen. I love this fiery energy that's almost tempered by this kind of watery imagery down here. Just really like strength, right? There's so much power, but it's also not consuming her, which I love, because that's how a Queen of Wands should be. Fierce but steady. And this King of Wands with the lion, I am here for. That's amazing. And I believe, oh, is that the one that in the letter? I'm going to go back to the letter for a minute. Nope, that was about the King of Cups. Well, either way. I love this King of Wands, and I think the King of Wands loves me. All right, Ace of Cups. 2. Ooh, I love the snakes on here. I know some people don't like snakes, but I love snakes. I'm not going to lie. I don't like want to own one, but I like them as imagery. 4. He's 5 with some intense reds happening here, and it's interesting we do have 4 spilled cups instead of 3. But the 1 is kind of held up, but the 4 are kind of, is that blood? And that's kind of intense. Moving right along, here's a lovely 6. And 7, I love the use of the sacred geometry here. 8, that's beautiful. This reminds me of the Goonies, right? When the ship is sailing away. And the 9. And really powerful 10. Here is our princess. And I love that it is a male presenting figure. Let's play with gender. That's important. It's important that we can all find ourselves in decks. And so it's really important that we include people of all genders on the spectrum, right? And then, okay, we have a Knight of Cups who is perhaps more female presenting, perhaps more non-binary presenting. You decide, but I'm really liking this card. This reminds me of the book The Scorpio Races by Maggie Stiefvater. There is a Scorpio C tarot that goes with that kind of novel, but that's the vibe I'm getting from this card. And we have the Queen of Cups, really beautiful, and the King of Cups. And this is the one that was mentioned in the letter. The King of Cups loves you. Let's take a look at our swords, starting with the ace. 2. 3. This is powerful. I love the like full stop here, right? That's really powerful. 4. 5. Oh, this card is hard for me. I don't like animals hurt in my decks. That was hard for me. But I mean, it's a beautiful, powerful image, but it's hard for me. 7. Okay, the 8, 9, and 10 are important cards to my personal journey, as I often mention. I love this 8 because he's so tired. And that sounds silly, but so often in our 8 of Swords moments in our life, like we're trapped and we can't get out, except we can get out. It's all right there for us, but it just feels so overwhelming and so hard, and we're so tired. So I really like that energy is captured there. The 9, and then a 10. A very different 10 of Swords. This is really beautiful. Really, really awesome. Here's our princess. Knight. Oh, the Queen of Swords. Love her. I always say the Queen of Swords takes no shit. And she is here for it, right? And the King. Depicting that mastery. All right, one more suit. We have the discs, often as pentacles in more Rider-Waite-Smith decks, but I'm here for a name change. That's okay. I think that, again, might be more true to the other system. 2, 3, 4. We haven't seen any figures yet. Oh, well, there's one. There's a 5, 6. Aw, it's a kitty cat in a flower. I'm so silly. There's just a little child inside me all the time, right? 8, hard work. Hard working, studying there. Here she's working too. 9. And the 10. With a castle in the background. And here's our princess. Once again, male presenting figure. That's awesome. And a flip here as well with the knight. Really like this Knight of Discs. Again, has this kind of Scorpio Sea Tarot. Or, yeah, that's the name of that deck. It doesn't necessarily feel like that deck to me, but it feels like that book, The Scorpio Races, the novel. Here is the Queen. Very powerful. And the King. Oh, I love this, like, turtle wisdom energy. At our next Determined to Shine retreat, we're going to be working with sea turtle energy. So check the comments, or check the description box if you want to learn more about that. And then we have our exclusive cards, our unique cards to this deck, Gratitude and Invocation, both of which are very powerful and I think very important to all of our spiritual paths, right? Okay, that's it. That is the New Chapter Tarot. I think this deck is really beautiful. I think there are a lot of ways you could use this deck. It's pretty different from anything I have in my collection, so I'm excited about that. But I must confess, in the words of Britney Spears, I must confess that I love this deck. That I do love the deck, but I especially love these extra pieces and the box. This set is worth its weight in gold. So I will have links below for you for the limited collection as well as the standard deck. Standard deck is available everywhere, Amazon, etc., etc. The limited edition collection is exclusive to Liminal 11, so you can order it directly from them and they will ship it to your door in a beautiful shipping box. And it's so magical just opening this, like I said, this box for the first time just feels really, really amazing. So really enjoyed that. Want you to know, wherever you are in your life, it's going to be okay, right? The darkness is temporary. There is a light at the end of the tunnel, and there are all kinds of people holding a candle for you, really including the creator of this deck, right? And me and all the magical people in your life that you haven't even met yet. There's so much joy for you. There's so much joy for all of us yet to come. And I know that many of you have been in a hard spot lately, and I want to just encourage you to keep going. It's all going to be okay. So have a look-see below for the deck links, for all the ways you can work with me in the coming month or so. And anything else you want to know. I hope that you are well. Thanks for tuning in. If you liked this video, please subscribe, like the video, leave a comment, all the things. And I'm sending you all the love in my heart. And until next time, I hope you always remain determined to shine.